Dads, if you have a daughter, if you have girls in your life, I need you to stop what you are doing right now and watch this. Not because it's going to be easy to hear, but because no one is saying this to us. From one girl dad to another, this one matters. Think about the moment you held her for the first time, that weight in your arms, that feeling that your whole world just stopped and completely changed. Nothing else mattered. But somehow, everything mattered more than it ever had before. You would do anything for her. That feeling is still in you. The question is, are you living like it? Because one day she is going to fall in love with someone. And the man she chooses, the standard she holds him to, the way she allows herself to be treated. She learned all of it from watching you. We talk a lot in this space about being physically strong, mentally tough, hard to break, and all of that still matters. But there's something about having a daughter that does something to even the toughest men. She gets in, right past all of it. The man who doesn't blink in a boardroom, melts when she calls his name. The man who works with his hands all day, calloused, tired, built for roughness, discovers a softness that never existed until now. The man who pushes through every hard session, stops everything for a bedtime story. She does that. She reaches into parts of you that nothing else ever could. That's not weakness. That's the most complete version of strength there is. Because right now, in her world, you are the strongest man alive. You are her knight, her protector, her safe place. She doesn't analyze you the way the world does. She doesn't see your failures or your insecurities or the version of you that didn't quite make it yet. She just sees her dad. And in her eyes, you are everything. That is one of the greatest honors a man will ever be given. And it comes with a responsibility that no job title, no gym achievement, no amount of money can replace. She doesn't need you to be perfect. She needs you to be present, strong, and soft enough to let her in. That combination. That's what she's going to spend the rest of her life looking for in a man. Make sure you showed her it exists. There are 4 things your daughter is absorbing from you right now. Not from what you tell her, from what she sees every single day. Number 1, whether you respect yourself. I'm not talking about having a six-pack. I'm not talking about being some elite athlete. I'm talking about whether you carry yourself like a man who still gives a damn about the body he lives in. Because here's what happens when a father stops taking care of himself. It doesn't just affect him, it sends a message to her. That message is, the people you love most are worth giving up for. That once you become a dad, your body, your health, your energy, those things no longer matter, and she files that away. But here's what most dads never think about. When she watches you train, when she sees you choose discipline over comfort, she doesn't just learn what men do, she learns what she should do. Daughters of fathers who prioritize their physical health grow up understanding that strength is something to be proud of. That physical confidence isn't vanity, it's self-respect. That your body is worth taking care of, not to look a certain way, but because you are worth taking care of. That is one of the most powerful things you can give her. Not a lecture, not a conversation about body image, just you, showing up, doing the work, and letting her watch. Number 2, whether you still have fire, and whether you show her how a man carries the hard days. I want you to think about the man you were before you became a dad. The hunger, the drive, the feeling that you were building towards something. Where did that man go? For a lot of us, fatherhood quietly swallowed him. Not all at once, gradually, the ambition got shelved. The goals got pushed back. The fire turned into a flicker. And we called it sacrifice. But here's the truth. Your daughter doesn't need you to sacrifice yourself. She needs you to model what it looks like to keep going. Because she is watching a man navigate his life. And what she sees is either a man who still wants something, or a man who quietly gave up on himself and learned to call it love. And one day, she will be with a man, and she will either expect him to still have fire, or she will accept one who doesn't. Because that's what she grew up thinking was normal. She will confuse settling with love. Don't let that be the lesson. And then there's the other side of that same coin. How you handle the hard days. Most of us carry it in silence. The financial pressure, the work stress, the weight of being the one who holds everything together. We absorb it. We internalize it. We tell ourselves that's what men do. And it leaks out as distance, as irritability, as a version of you that's physically in the room but mentally somewhere else entirely. Your daughter doesn't know about the mortgage or the difficult client or the thing that kept you up at 3 in the morning. All she knows is, Dad seems far away. And she doesn't understand why, so she does what kids do. She assumes it's her. Let that sit for a second. She is learning what men do under pressure, whether they go quiet and disappear, or whether they feel it, deal with it, and keep showing up. A man who still has drive, and who still shows up fully even when it's heavy. That's the standard she will carry for the rest of her life. She's building that picture right now from watching you. Number 3, whether she can come to you and whether she's proud to call you her dad. I want you to picture something. Your daughter is 15. Something happened at school. Something that hurt her, embarrassed her, scared her. She's sitting with it, alone, and she's deciding whether to tell you. In that moment, everything you've done up to that point either opens that door or closes it. Every time you put the phone down when she walked in the room, every time you asked how she was and actually waited for the answer, every time she brought you something small, a drawing, a story, a worry, and you treated it like it mattered. All of that is either in the account or it isn't. And in that moment at 15, she either comes to you or she doesn't. You want to be the dad she runs toward. Not just for the big moments, for all of it. Her first win, her first heartbreak, the thing she's embarrassed to tell anyone else. That doesn't happen automatically. It gets built in the small moments, years before she needs it. And it means being 2 things at once, her protector and her person. Because that same presence, that same showing up, is exactly what makes her proud to call you her dad. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be the dad her friends are a little scared of. The one they straighten up around, the one who notices everything, the one you don't want to disappoint. That kind of dad, she brags about him, not because he's strict, because he's someone. Kids know. They see which dads are checked in and which ones aren't. They see which ones still have something about them, which ones carry themselves with purpose. Your daughter's friends are watching too. And your daughter is watching them watch you. She wants to be proud. She wants to point to you and think, that's my dad. Not because you're perfect, because you show up, because you're strong, because you're still in the fight. That's the dad she'll tell her own kids about one day. Make sure there's a story worth telling. And number 4, how you love her mother. This is the one. This might be the single most important thing on this entire list. And it's the one most fathers never fully connect to their daughter's future. Your daughter is getting her first ever education on what love between a man and a woman looks like. Not from a movie, not from social media, from your kitchen, from your living room, from the way you speak to her mother when you think no one is watching. She is watching whether you still choose her, whether you still pursue her, whether you still make her feel like she matters, whether after years of life and bills and kids and exhaustion, you still look at that woman like she's worth fighting for. Or whether she sees something else. 2 people who share a house, a schedule, a surname, but somewhere along the way, stopped being a couple. Your daughter sees that too. And here's what breaks my heart about it. She doesn't see it as a failing. She sees it as normal. She calls that love. And one day she will be in a relationship. And when the effort starts to fade, when the distance starts to grow, when it starts feeling a little too familiar, she won't leave. Because she'll think that's just what love becomes. The relationship she watches in this house is the relationship she will aspire to, or the one she'll unknowingly recreate. Make it worth aspiring to. One day your daughter is going to stand in front of a man. And in that moment, without even knowing it, she is going to measure him. Does he take care of himself? Does he still have something driving him? Does he show up when it's hard? Does he make me feel safe? She won't even know she's doing it, but she's going to use a ruler she built in your house. And if you did this right, she is going to walk away from men who don't measure up, not because someone told her to, because she knows what a real man looks like. She learned it from her dad. And here's the part most men don't think about until it's almost too late. One day, she's going to have kids of her own, and those kids are going to need a grandfather who is still strong, still present, still active, still someone worth looking up to, not a man who ran out of time. Not a man who let the years and the comfort and the excuses take everything he had. The work you do now, in this body, in this marriage, in this house, doesn't just shape her. It shapes the family that comes after her. That is the real long game. You are not just raising a daughter. You are setting the standard for every generation that follows. So I'll ask you one more time. She's watching you right now. What is she learning? If any part of you shifted when I asked that question, that's not guilt. That's clarity. That's your why. That's dad mode. Health, strength, leadership. Switch on.